Today we are joined by Assistant Commissioner Robert Falcons. Robert, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
So this has been just an unusual year, to say the least.
To say the least.
Obviously, we had a global pandemic, and just kind of give us a recap of this football season and kind of how it's gone thus far.
Sure. It much like everything else since March, we've had to take our precautions. We had to plan very, very well, and we had to have buy-in from our communities. And we had to have the coaches and the players and the fans understand what it was going to take for us to have a season. And the fact that we're here today is evident of the fact that they bought in. The precautions of wearing the mask, the precautions of practicing in pods, the precautions of keeping their hand sanitizing and social distancing. All those have worked, and we're here today because of the efforts of all the folks involved and want us to have high school football in the state of Indiana.
So studies have shown that extracurricular activities is just such an important part of the growth, and it's part of the curriculum of being a student anymore. Talk a little bit about that.
We've learned a very big lesson. We participated in a study from the University of Wisconsin that showed how important extracurricular activities are to high school students. And it could be band, it could be drama, it could be theater, music, athletics, certainly is what we're dealing with. Kids need that socialization. They need the structure from adults. This is an opportunity for them to learn lessons that they normally can't get in the classroom setting. Not that algebra and biology and chemistry aren't important, they are. But there are other life lessons that can be learned on the playing field. And that's part of the reason that we're doing what we're doing. It's part of the reason that the coaches work so hard and parents allow their kids to play sports. It's for those extra lessons that they get in the educational setting. And we're pretty proud of what we've done And again, being here today is evidence of the fact that we've had some success.
So now we're at the end of our fall season. We've had 7 fall state championships, which is incredible to think about in the kind of year that we've had.
Absolutely.
But talk a little bit about, there's been restrictions at every venue. Yes. That's no different this next weekend at Lucas Oil Stadium.
And it's further complicated by the fact that we're going to be inside. And once you go inside, those restrictions are really ramped up. As an example, every person attending next week will have to have their temperature checked. They're going to have to be asked questions about some symptoms that they've been have or have not had before they even admit it to the ticket window to give their ticket to get into the game. Same thing's going to be for the athletes getting off the bus. They're going to take the temperature. They're going to have signed a form that says that they're not been exhibiting signs or symptoms of disease. And then once we get in the venue, we're going to have to practice social distancing. We're going to have to wear a mask unless we're having concessions food. It's more precautions for us to provide for the health, safety, and well-being of our athletes. Now, it's going to look a little different. They're going to be pretty much spaced out, and if you've seen the Colts play at Lucas Oil, we'll look a lot like that. We won't be allowing bands for reasons that go along with the social distancing piece of it. We're going to limit the number of people on the field, and so we're going to do our very best to make sure that this state finals goes off without a hitch, given the parameters and the requirements of social distancing and the corona guidelines. But we're very, very pleased and excited to have 6 state championships next weekend on Friday and Saturday, and we're certainly looking forward to having everybody come in and have a great time.
And it all goes back to that. It's just incredible that we're even in the position to hold these 6 state championships next weekend. Assistant Commissioner Robert Falcons, thank you so much for joining us today, and we're going to send it back to you guys in the booth.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the Indiana SRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Being a man used to be simpler. You guard the cave, provide sustenance, honor thy name. A handshake sealed the deal, and a word was a promise. Today, things are a bit more complicated. We try to impress people we don't know by acquiring things we don't need. We have friends lists, but few real friendships. Things like integrity and kindness have fallen by the wayside. How can we know if we measure up when the scale is constantly changing? The Freemasons believe that a man's job is to be the best version of himself possible, to pursue truth and self-discovery, to give more and take less. We connect with our fellow man so that we may learn from each other, to challenge one another to live up to our highest ideals. We believe a man should be judged by his strength of character, his willingness to make sacrifices to improve both himself and the lives of those around him. For hundreds of years, the Freemasons have helped men find more meaning, to make connections with other men in a way that truly matters. For those seeking a deeper sense of purpose, a chance to make lasting friendships. To reach higher, to find more.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the Indiana SRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Your hauling or moving project has arrived, and College Hunks Hauling, Junk, and Moving has you covered. Honest. Uniformed. Nice. Knowledgeable. Service. College Hunks Hauling, Junk, and Moving.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the Indiana SRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
It's another Super Saturday on Indiana SRN, and somewhere, somehow, the days between December 1st of last year and today have evaporated as fast as the last drop of water in the desert sands of Sunblaze, Nevada. But this is not Nevada. It's Indiana, where basketball remains king of the mountain. And hello again, everyone, and welcome to another exclusive webcast presentation of Greenwood Christian Academy basketball on the family of networks, Indiana SRN. Steve McClure along with Drake Wally greeting you today for this Saturday matinee featuring the host GCA Cougars up against the visiting Oldenburg Academy Twisters. Our pregame show is brought to you by the Morales Group, building futures one story at a time. We'll talk about a quick turnaround, less than 24 hours. Both teams were at it Friday here in basketball-rich metropolitan Indianapolis. The Cougars took care of business by ousting Providence Cristo Rey 78-32, while Oldenburg fell to host Indy Lutheran 47-43. Both teams have had their schedules interrupted by the worldwide pandemic. GCA has had 3 games either postponed or canceled. The Twisters also had a pair of games off of their regular schedule, including bouts with Morristown and South Decatur. Greenwood Christian, under fourth-year head coach Johnny Martlin, sports a win-loss record now of 6-5 and is ranked number 8 in the latest Class 1A Sagarin poll. But in each game, Coach Marlin is always asking his team this question: are you ready for the next level? And at this point in the season, it appears they're peaking at the right time. The Cougars play with top-flight energy and are led by senior forward Styles McCorkle, averaging 22 points per contest. Meanwhile, Oldenburg Academy is under 13-year head coach Gary Moorman, standing at 3-7. The Twisters have 2 players averaging in double figures, each with 10 points per contest. They are seniors Andrew Osterling and Will Freeman. Let's bring in my broadcast partner Drake Wally now and get his early thoughts about today's game. How are you, my friend?
Oh, I'm excited. I'm doing great. Great to be calling a game here on Saturday afternoon. You got the Twisters are coming off of a very close loss against Indy Lutheran, so they're going to be hungry for a victory. And the Cougars are coming off of a dominating victory, so they're going to be looking to continue that. So got a lot of stakes here as we wind down the season.
Great keeping these kids in school and taking care of academic requirements as well as on the practice court. They're getting it done, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, and, we've called GCA games, and we've seen a very resilient school here, especially in the middle of all this, and they've had some games canceled, but it just hasn't slowed them down. Still number 8 in the Sagarin polls, and, they're going to try to continue to have a winning record as they approach sectional, so give those guys a lot of credit, and Johnny Marlin as well.
Yeah, and applause go out to the IHSAA in terms of their leadership from all their administrators to athletic directors as well as all the schools involved to keep everyone on the same page.
Well, and they got to put the safety of the kids first and still try to get them out there, and they've done that. They've navigated the issues, and really excited to see what's going to be in store here as we approach sectional.
Greenwood Christian obviously coming off a tremendous season last year, 25-1, before being interrupted in the third week of March when the IHSAA Regional was about to go off, but losing 4 seniors off of that starting 5, that's nothing to sneeze at, but they have come back now and really accomplished a great deal.
When you lose that many stars, to come back and even have a winning record is a great accomplishment, especially when you're only in your 4th year coaching the program. So to lose that kind of talent and be able to replenish it, that just speaks to the character of the kids, the development of the kids, and also at the top of it, the coaching staff.
And when you look at the Greenwood Christian Academy schedule between now and the conclusion of the regular season, this is probably the better part of their schedule in terms of winnability.
Yeah, it gets a little bit easier for them. I think that they traverse the hardest part at the start of the season, but as you and I know, Steve, anything can happen in basketball games, so they're going to take it just as serious, but I definitely think that they're going to finish strong.
When we look ahead at the end of February, as the IHSAA boys sectional will be getting underway, just a reminder that GCA is slotted into that Indy Lutheran sectional that will include not only GCA and Lutheran, but Central Christian, Providence Cristo Rey, who was their opponent just last evening, in addition to Tindley, Crystal House Academy, and Victory College Prep, which will be another school that GCA plays next weekend.
Yeah, and it's really going to, I think that they're going to do well in that sectional, especially, with how they've played this year, how they traverse that first half of the schedule. It's reminisce kind of the difficulty, and so I think that they're going to surprise a lot of people. When you lose 4 seniors, I'm sure that you've got your doubters, but they've proved those doubters wrong if there were any.
Plenty of basketball this weekend, as noted in the early introduction, and that is the fact that a couple of 2:30 tips today, including our game, as well as Heritage Christian visiting Covenant Christian on the girls' side. And then tonight in the City Alliance semifinals, 6 o'clock tip as Cathedral will go up against Tindley, and the 7:30 will have Crispus Attucks with Covenant Christian. We're going to step aside now for our first break, and when we return, we'll have our starting lineups. You're listening and viewing Greenwood Christian Academy Basketball, powered by Indiana SRN.
What's the number one misconception you think about Freemasonry? Well, I think most people just think of Freemasonry as some kind of secret society, and you go with some of the rumors out there and so on, and they really don't understand who we are. They don't understand that we are a fraternity of brothers first, and our obligation is to take care of each other and our widows and orphans, etc. within our group. They don't understand what the fraternity part of Freemasonry really is. And that's the misconception that's out there. I think first and foremost of anyone that wants to join Freemasonry, I'd like them to know that it's really not a secret society. You may say it's a society with a secret because we have some handshakes and some passwords that you could easily find down in a library if you get the right book. Freemasonry is more, it's a brotherhood, it's a fraternity, it's a way of sharing common thoughts and everything with people of all different vocations that really understand of getting together on the level. Whether you're a judge or a police officer or a janitor, you're all on the same level when you're in a Masonic lodge room. And I think that's one of the greatest things, that you can sit with people of all vocations, but you have that certain thing in common, that you're all brothers.
Hey, it's Keith Myers from Indiana Sports Radio Network. Well, thank you that you're watching the game tonight on Indiana SRN. If you would like to know more information about Indiana SRN, send me an email, coach@indianasrn.org. As vice president of this company, we hope that you sit back and enjoy the game. It's Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
Bertner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment, whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.indianasrn.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
IHSAA Class 1A basketball today on this Saturday. Welcome in, everyone, at Greenwood Christian Academy as the host Cougars take on the visiting Oldenburg Academy Twisters. Let's take a look at our starting lineups for today's game. First, for the visitors from Oldenburg Academy. Starting at one forward, a 6'3 senior wearing number 21, Will Freeland. At the second forward, a 6'3 junior, number 5, Nick Follop. A three-guard set will include these guys: a 6'1 senior, number 21, Will Freeland. At the other guard, it'll be a 6'3 junior, number 33, and Abe Streeter. And at the third guard spot, it'll be a 5'10 senior, number 13, in Prose Mormon. The Twisters are coached by Gary Mormon, now in his 13th season. Now for the host Greenwood Christian Academy Cougars. Starting at one forward, a 6'3 senior, number 40, Styles McCorkle. At the other forward spot, a 6'8 senior, number 33, is Isaiah Davis. Three-guard set will include a 5'10 senior, number 31, Evan Stinnett. At the other two-guard spots, the brothers, 6'1 senior, number 22, Zane Shoemaker. And at the other guard position, a 6'3 sophomore, Blake Shoemaker. The Cougars are coached by Johnny Marlin, now in his 4th season at Greenwood Christian Academy, and we are set for action. Jumping center for Greenwood Christian Academy will be number 33, Isaiah Davis. And for the Twisters, number 21, Will Freeland. The tip goes to GCA. They've got length and height. Here's a three attempt on the outside, no good by Blake Shoemaker, and the OA comes down with it. You got to feel like that Drake, that OA is going to try to perhaps slow the pace down here early in the game.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the size. They don't have an advantage in size.
Here's 13 going right down the lane and making good. That's Pros Mormon. I love the first name. What do you think?
Definitely a name it's distinguishable. But what we were saying is they're going to try to slow this down because GCA's got the size, they've got the shooters, so they're going to try to push the pace here and get ahead quick.
Here's Styles McCorkle from outside the perimeter, and he cans his first 3 attempt as it goes down and gives GCA a 3-2 lead.
Maybe try to, Styles can shoot that 3, so we're going to see what kind of defense Oldenburg's going to implement here. Down
the lane, Intempta's shot is no good there by Osterling, and coming off with a rebound is Zane Shoemaker. You'll note that Stinnett, along with Blake Shoemaker and Styles outside the perimeter at all times. Rebound by Styles underneath, off the glass, and it goes out of bounds. Let's see if they do call a foul here. A reach in. That'll be the first team foul.
Blake Shoemaker and Styles McCorkle are not going to shy away from that 2-3 zone that is designed to force you to shoot outside.
Evan Stinnett inbounds, another 3 on the way, and this one also goes down for Blake Shoemaker.
Steve, I really think you're going to see Oldenburg Academy switch that defense perhaps to man or a 3-2 or a 1-3-1. That's too much allowance on the outside.
GC is so successful on their home court, especially threading the perimeter shirt outside the arc. Here's Styles for another 3 outside. Rebound underneath by Isaiah Davis. That 6'8" frame there, Drake, took care of business.
Yeah, Isaiah Davis, I was going to say from the start, looked like he was just dwarfing everyone else on the court.
Back shot there by Osterling, misses everything, and 3-on-2 break. Stinnett coming up court, and a travel going to be called as he ran right into Pros Mormon. 8-2 if you're just joining us here at Greenwood Christian Academy on this Saturday afternoon.
Well, and you're also seeing that defense, that's what GCA wants. They want to shoot the 3. So it's really going to be interesting to see what Oldenburg does here to switch, force them to maybe go inside.
Yeah, Stinnett is matched up with Andrew Osterling, 2 of the Twisters averaging a little better than 10 points per game, including Osterling and Will Freeland. Taking a little bit of time off the clock as they move from right to left. Now down in the corner they come. Shot on the way is up and good. That by Andrew Osterling.
That was a very nice shot from Osterling, even had a hand in his face.
Yep. Once again on the left perimeter, and here comes another 3 outside. This one attempted by Zane Shoemaker off the back of the rim, and the Twisters have the rebound.
Well, both teams are showing, Steve, that they are not afraid to take some 3-point shots, miss or make. They're probably going to keep firing.
Matchups here. Here's an outside shot, and that is good by Nick Follop on a 3. So the Twisters have come right back, Drake, to tie the game at 8 apiece.
We've said it, and you hear it in the NBA all the way down to junior high. 3-pointers catch up.
Isaiah Davis inside and count the basket. Put him on the line. A nice feed in there by Styles McCorkle.
Boy, he's going to be a problem. Isaiah Davis' size alone is going to present so many issues for the Oldenburg Academy Twisters. They're going to have to double and perhaps triple team him.
Here's Isaiah Davis going to the free throw line now for Greenwood Christian Academy. Free throw is up and no good. Bounced off. Picked up by Pros Mormon as a 1-on-2 break. He has to hold it up and bring it back outside. Osterling now to Freeland. Once again, Osterling outside for a 3 attempt, no good. And it hit the wire up on top there, Drake, so give it to GCA.
You got to give the Twisters a lot of credit, and Coach Mormon, they have bounced back already by using GCA's own game against them by shooting 3s. So we're going to see what kind of offensive implementations happen from here on out.
Coach Mormon, a real veteran of the game, having been at Oldenburg Academy 13 years. He's not going anywhere. Here's Evan Stinnett for a try on 3, and you can count that. So already 3 triples in the game for the Cougars.
And each one is from a different player in the first quarter. All these guys can shoot.
Here's Oldenburg Academy attacking the basket. Osterling on the miss, pulled down by Stinnett. 3-on-2 break, stops. Gives it off to Blake Shoemaker. Shot in the air, no good. Here is Davis once again on the rebound. but misses, goes hard to the floor, and we have a timeout, perhaps for an injured player. With 3:43 remaining here in the first quarter of play. Again, we thank you for joining us here on Indiana SRN. To keep up on all the happenings on Indiana SRN, we invite you to check out our Facebook and Twitter pages at Indiana SRN. See all the latest news and schedules. Go to our website at indianasrn.org. And never miss another game by going to our website and our YouTube page at Indiana SRN and hit that subscribe button. Coming into the game for GCA, number 25 will be Cage McCorkle. 13-8 here in the early going at GCA this afternoon. Again, limited audiences being provided at the Cougars campus, but they are playing basketball.
Yes, and they are starting out fast. Both these teams are shooting threes, throwing bombs. They are trying to really light it up here on the scoreboard.
You can see Johnny Marlin, the head coach for the Cougars, standing right there in the center of your screen. On a steal, Stinnett with it, tries to get it to McCorkle, and into the lane on a Nick Hoff, who came into the game as the substitute. So Isaiah Davis will pick up a personal foul here. That'll be the second team foul against GCA. 3:14 remaining in a fast-moving first quarter.
And, they haven't been able to get inside at all, and it's because of the monstrous Isaiah Davis clogging up the lane. But they're going to have to eventually try to get inside with that basketball.
1-on-1, and it's steal, and coming down is Isaiah Davis. Has it floated away there off of the hands of Nick Hoff, who defensively came to the rescue. Out of bounds, far side. Evan Stinnett handles, top of the key.
Still in that 2-3 zone. Still trying to push GCA to shoot the three.
And to the other corner, and looks like Stiles took one too many steps and will have to give it up on the turnover. That's the third turnover in the game against the Cougars.
Yeah, that's, turnovers always bite you in the foot. And right now they have that 5-point lead, but without those turnovers, that could have been a little more. But, if you're going to do them in the first quarter.
Down by only 5, Oldenburg Academy with possession of the basketball. Osterling moving to his right. Puts his hand out. McCorkle's right there on the defense.
Boy, their trapping on defense is so quick. If they even get anywhere on the corners, they get trapped immediately.
So again, we'll watch now as Nick Hoff with the basketball, number 12, who had come into the game on that injury timeout. Also Abe Streeter staying well outside the perimeter. Just no penetration there, Drake, whatsoever.
Wow, and they forced was that a backcourt violation?
Yeah, Blake Shoemaker got a hand in on the defense for GCA, and they'll have to give it up.
You don't always have to get the steal or the block. I mean, that right there was smothering, suffocating defense.
Here's Stinnett crossing the 10-second line, and they will line up with the perimeter game once again on the left side here, number 40. That's Stiles McCorkle, and from outside, here comes another three dropped by Blake Shoemaker.
They've got to get a different defense going. That's 4 3-pointers allowed from 3 different players. McCorkle, Stinnett, and Shoemaker all have hit.
They double the T lead now at 16-8. 13, Camden Thompson is reporting into the game for GCA.
GCA is doing almost a shifting zone defense. They're flipping guys all over the place.
Good pass inlet there, and it goes down. And what a play that was, as Greenwood Christian Academy and the Oakland, the Twisters now, in this 1A battle.
Well, they're all over Davis.
And Isaac Davis travels with the basketball. Isaiah, that is.
Well, I was about to say, Steve, that, they're collapsing on him a little too much. He's going to get that outlet pass to the perimeter, but he traveled, so they called a break, but there was a couple open guys on the perimeter.
We go under 1 minute to play here in the first quarter. And a 6-point lead for the Cougars.
Drive.
And a drive there, missed on the shot by Hoff. And here they come. Stiles McCorkle down here in the left corner. Bounce pass out front, now back to Stiles. Looking inside for Isaiah Davis, can't get it to him. And fight for it. they're going to call a foul there against Styles, I do believe, yes.
Yeah, you don't want to. I think that's his second, isn't it? Okay. Oh, team second. Okay. I was going to say, yeah, you don't want the guy who scores 22 points a game to have 2 fouls in the first quarter.
Let's see if the Twisters will elect to go with one shot here as we hit the 30-second mark. Osterling down in the corner, shot on the way, no good there by Freeland on the 3 attempt. And now GCA will get a chance at the final. Let's see what Johnny Marlin wants to do here.
Yeah, and you keep seeing Isaiah Davis. He's just such a disruptor that when he gets the ball, you'll notice that 2 or 3 guys collapse on him.
You got Nick Follop down there as well as Will Freeland on top of Isaiah Davis. Here's McCorkle from outside, and he buries another 3. And we have reached the end of the first quarter of play with our score. Greenwood Christian Academy 19, Oldenburg Academy 10. And you're watching Cougar Basketball powered by Indiana SRN.
There's no greater anti-poverty measure than to give a person a job. That helps them start to change that trajectory.
Morales Group is a full-service staffing company that provides temporary labor in the Indianapolis, Central Indiana market.
It was a challenge that was given by my father. He wanted me to give back much more than I had been. Then I realized that when he said more, he wanted me to see how I could give more. And it wasn't just in money, but in time and in services. And that's how the Morales Group was created.
I started off at Morales Group as an intern. I interned for 3 years before going on full-time staff here. What I love most about Morales Group is that big family aspect. I come from a big family in Mexico, and since the company is continuously growing, I feel like there's always a new member of the family that I get to know.
We're willing to give. We're willing to serve others, and we're not expecting something in return.
Come talk to us. We would love to work with you.
Want to help us put more games on the World Wide Web? Well, we're looking for sponsors, especially with the IHSAA sectionals coming forth. Contact us at coach@indianasrn.org and be a part of the Indiana SRN sports team. 19-10 here at Greenwood Christian Academy. The Cougars with a 9-point advantage and top shooting in that first period.
Yeah, 5 3-pointers from 3 different guys. That's pretty good if you ask me.
Pull-up jumper from the left corner, Will Friedland, but has it knocked out of bounds, and here come the Cougars once again.
Well, the biggest thing that I'll look for here, Steve, is that, yep, they did change defense, so it looks like now it's a 1-2-1. Or no, it is a 2-3 zone still, so.
The Thompson boys are both in the game. Camden along with Caden Thompson. And let's see, we'll set the rest of the lineup for you. Kyle Styles McCorkle stays in. Looks like Isaiah Davis as well will stay on the floor. And Cage McCorkle.
Well, what we were saying is that Oldenburg is running that 2-3 zone, allowing GCA to shoot, but now GCA is kind of running a revolving 2-3 zone, moving guys all over and confusing the Twisters into some mistakes here.
Andrew Osterling handling the point guard position, trying to get people in position as they move the ball to the left side.
Ooh, nice cut.
Ball almost stolen away. Now dive for it. Saved there by Poors Mormon. And right back, Cage pulls it up 3 times on the turnover now.
Well, that was crazy.
Osterling down the lane, has it go out of bounds, and it looks like we're going to get a foul right here. Could be against Styles McCorkle.
Yeah, he initiated that contact after the rebound.
And that'll be his second personal foul. Team foul number 3, I do believe.
Yeah, Pros Mormon, great rebound, and unfortunately Styles McCorkle's a little bit bigger, so he's going to generate that
hanging
contact.
Over the back there, and that's where the foul came.
Absolutely.
Osterling has it pickpocket, and they're going to say a foul is going to be called in the backcourt here against Osterling, yes.
Yeah, I really like the way Oldenburg's playing defense. They're playing physical. And, it's just GCA, as we were talking about, Steve, they are just lights out from three-point right now.
2 personal fouls, the team foul number 2 against the Twisters. Ball stolen away once again, a little careless now on the inbound pass there from Caden Thompson. Down the lane is Osterling, can't get it to go. Cage McCorkle on the rebound. They bring it up. Like Shoemaker handles, now on top they give it to Camden Thompson, We got the Thompson boys. We got the McCorkle boys.
All sorts of brothers in the game right now. A lot of family.
Keep it in the family. Here's Isaiah from 15 for a 15-foot jumper, no good. Gets another chance into the lane, up and good.
His sheer size his wingspan was able to ring that in, but unfortunately it's a foul.
And he's very athletic for his height, and glad to have him in the lineup. So Davis along with Styles McCorkle with that big length, but their guards are terrific. Here's an inbound pass, shot on the way. Nice feed from Osterling, and the basket by Nick Hoff.
Well, I think that Isaiah Davis was a little bit conservative there because I think he could have swatted it, but he put his hands up, avoiding a foul.
Caden Thompson has the ball tripped away briefly, but Blake Shoemaker picks it up for GCA. Now Cage down in the corner. Here comes another three on the outside, and you can count that one for Caden Thompson.
Wow.
That's 6 triples in the game now for the Cougars.
From 4 different players, and one of them is not even one of your starters.
And a bounce, and going to be a foul here charged against Caden Thompson. More substitutions coming back in now for the Cougars. That will include Evan Stennett, along with 22 Zane Shoemaker. 22-12 with 5:23 left here in the opening half. Thanks again for joining us on SRN. Steve McClure along with Drake Wally.
It's been a good game so far. Very fast start for both teams.
Here is Osterling from the corner on a 3 attempt, no good. Pulled down on the rebound there by Zane Shoemaker. Quickly up court. Here is Styles. Now back outside to Stennett for a 3, no good. Rebound by OA. Nick Follop on the rebound.
Well, this defense from Greenwood Christian, Steve, is allowing them to be able to shoot more threes on offense and take more chances. They're keeping Oldenburg at an arm's length.
Again, I was thinking that perhaps the patience of the Oldenburg Academy Cougars would be a mainstay here in the opening half, but they're just playing.
Yeah, and they're just firing threes. They're trying to keep pace, and you got to give them credit. They're taking some risks.
Yeah, when you slow a game down, that's when you get into some deep trouble with turnovers. So, again, as good defensively as Greenwood Christian Academy is, perhaps that's not the game plan.
Well, and if you're 10 points behind, slowing the game could really hurt you too.
Here's Styles from outside for a 3, no good. And rebound underneath there by Zane Shoemaker. Another 3 on its way by Thompson, Caden, and they're going to get still a third chance.
Well, they've gotten some of those misses to bounce their way, but Oldenburg, it's interesting. They've stayed in the 2-3 zone. They're confident in it. And GCA is just looking for opportunities, Steve, to find pockets to shoot threes.
Styles down the lane, has to bring it back outside. Now Stennett turns back to Styles for 3, no good. Rebound by Blake Shoemaker. Now a 4th attempt and a travel before that, so the Cougars will have to give it up.
When you have the ball long enough and you get four offensive rebounds, it's that is good rebounding from GCA. They just relentlessly kept getting the ball and unfortunately kind of shot themselves in the foot there.
Set this lineup now for Oldenburg. Will Freeland along with Horace Mormon stay on the court, as well as Andrew Osterling, the 3 main guns, and Abe Streeter. Streeter yet to get into the scoring column. Horace Mormon, now turnaround jumper is no good there by Freeland. And coming down with a rebound, 1 shot and 1 shot only. Styles McCorkle into the lane, has to come back for help. Shot on his way, no good there by Ian Reed, who just came into the game.
I would be very curious to see how many threes have been taken in this
Here's
game.
Here's Osterling from outside, and he buries a 3. That's his 2nd triple of the game. And the lead now at 7, 22-15. Here's Stennett outside. Can they get anything inside that arc?
Well, I mean, they're allowing them to shoot the threes.
Here's Stennett, gives it back to Ian Reed, wearing number 32. Stennett down the baseline, coming back outside to Ian Reed. Now McCorkle, good ball movement we see here. McCorkle on the miss and pulled down the rebound by Streeter.
They've just been getting in a little bit of a cold streak here. It'd be interesting to see who starts to try to utilize the lanes and get closer to the hoop.
And you would think that GCA is getting perhaps 3 to their only 1 attempt every time down.
No, they're just not hitting. That's the only thing. They've got the opportunities because Oldenburg has not switched their defense since the start of this game.
2 minutes exactly remaining here in the opening half at Greenwood Christian Academy this afternoon. It's a Super Saturday on Indiana SRN. Osterling on a missed three, pulled down by McCorkle. Up court quickly. Ian Reed from the left corner, no good. Shoemaker rebounds up and good. That's Blake Shoemaker.
I think that's the first 2-point of the 2-point shot of the game. I'm kidding, of course.
But
boy, offensive rebounding clinic. Let's give the credit to GCA. They have not stopped. I think they've grabbed 7 or 8 just this quarter alone.
Yeah, Davis has 3 twos. The rest are all threes with the exception of that Blake Shoemaker last basket. Osterling almost travels down the lane. In shot, no good. Blake Shoemaker on the rebound. 1:18 remaining. Here we go. Behind the back pass. Gets it off this side. Here's Stennett for 3. Got it! And he buries his second 3 of the game.
This is like watching the 2016 Golden State Warriors. I mean, it's just every shot is just splash, splash, splash.
Puts a big smile on my face. 27-15 when you go nothing but net, right?
Yeah, and look, see that's what Oldenburg cannot afford is turnovers, mindless turnovers, because GCA is slicing their defense right now because they specialize in the 2-3 zone, while GCA specializes in threes. So could be kryptonite.
Head coach Johnny Marlin has given instructions to his team, and it's almost stolen there. Good play on the defense by Crow's Mormon, but the Cougars will get it out. You see Johnny Marlin having a seat there on the bench, far left side. Very comfortable with what he's calling here for the final. As we hit the 30-second mark, the Cougars with a 12-point advantage. Zane Shoemaker's shot in the air off of 1 foot, no. And they do not wait for that final shot.
Well, and this is very important. Oldenburg needs to try to get this within 10 or within 9. And this is the time to do it. You don't want to go into half down 12.
Osterling out front at the point guard position, picked up on the defense there by Stennett, wearing number 31. Now Osterling starts to go to his left, will bring it outside, gets a nice screen there from Follop. Backside and goes out of bounds and awarded to Greenwood Christian Academy as we reach the end of the first half of play with our score, GCA 27 and Oldenburg Academy 15. You're watching Cougar Basketball, powered by Indiana SRN.
Piper Group Warehouse has a strong commitment to their clients as their logistics provider. If you would like to discover how you can improve your service levels while lowering your overall cost, Piper Logistics Group can help. Call Greg Piper today at 317-396-3916. Piper Logistics Group.
When you hit that water, you're going to want to look for weeds, sunken structures, down trees, stuff like that. And let that breeze tell you where you want to go. Windy days like this, those bait fish will come swimming closer to shore. They'll bring the big boys with them, those bass and those pike. Now, they like cooler temperatures, so you ain't likely to have much luck.
You're good at giving fishing advice. We're good at your insurance. Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
This is what made me. This is what made me who I am.
Indianapolis Colts select Darius Leonard.
Let's go! The defensive rookie of the year is Darius Leonard. I did everything in my ability to make my dreams come true.
We are at halftime of the 2020 IHSAA semi-state football round. Today we are joined by Assistant Commissioner Robert Falkins. Robert, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
So this has been just an unusual year, to say the least.
To say the least.
Obviously, we had a global pandemic, and just kind of give us a recap of the football season and kind of how it's gone thus far.
Sure. It much like everything else since March, we've had to take our precautions. We had to plan very, very well, and we had to have buy-in from our communities, and we had to have the coaches and the players and the fans understand what it was going to take for us to have a season. And the fact that we're here today is evident of the fact that they bought in. The precautions of wearing the mask, the precautions of practicing in pods, the precautions of keeping their hand sanitizing and social distancing. All those have worked, and we're here today because of the efforts of all the folks involved and want us to have high school football in the state of Indiana.
So studies have shown that extracurricular activities is just such an important part of the growth, and it's part of the curriculum of being a student anymore. Talk a little bit about that.
We've learned a very big lesson. We participated in a study from the University of Wisconsin that showed how important extracurricular activities are to high school students. And it could be band, it could be drama, it could be theater, music, athletics, certainly is what we're dealing with. Kids need that socialization. They need the structure from adults. This is an opportunity for them to learn lessons that they normally can't get in the classroom setting. Not that algebra and biology and chemistry aren't important, they are. But there are other life lessons that can be learned on the playing field. And that's part of the reason that we're doing what we're doing. It's part of the reason that the coaches work so hard and parents allow their kids to play sports. It's for those extra lessons that they get in the educational setting. And we're pretty proud of what we've done. And again, being here today is evidence of the fact that we've had some success.
So now we're at the end of our fall season. We've had 7 fall state championships, which is incredible to think about in the kind of year that we've had.
Absolutely.
But talk a little bit about, there's been restrictions at every venue.
Yes.
That's no different this next weekend at Lucas Oil Stadium.
And it's further complicated by the fact that we're going to be inside. And once you go inside, those restrictions are really ramped up. As an example, every person attending next week will have to have their temperature checked. They're going to have to be asked questions about some symptoms that they've been have or have not had before they even admit it to the ticket window to give their ticket to get into the game. Same thing's going to be for the athletes getting off the bus. They're going to take the temperature. They're going to have signed a form that says that they're not been exhibiting signs or symptoms of disease. And then once we get in the venue, we're going to have to practice social distancing. We're going to have to wear a mask unless we're having concessions food. It's more precautions for us to provide for the health, safety, and well-being of our athletes. Now, it's going to look a little different. They're going to be pretty much spaced out, and if you've seen the Colts play at Lucas Oil, we'll look a lot like that. We won't be allowing bands for reasons that go along with the social distancing piece of it. We're going to limit the number of people on the field, and so we're going to do our very best to make sure that this state finals goes off without a hitch, given the parameters and the requirements of social distancing and the corona guidelines. But we're very, very pleased and excited to have 6 state championships next weekend on Friday and Saturday, and we're certainly looking forward to having everybody come in and have a great time.
And it all goes back to that. It's just incredible that we're even in the position to hold these 6 state championships next weekend. Assistant Commissioner Robert Falkins, thank you so much for joining us today, and we're going to send it back to you guys in the booth.
Colts fans, score big for your Indiana high school and enter helmets at Colts.com/UHC. Helmets is a program designed to improve the health and safety of young athletes. Nominate your Indiana high school and you could be one of 16 weekly winners randomly selected to win a helmets prize pack, and your high school could become a finalist to win new premium helmets valued at $25,000. Suit up, play safe, have fun. Visit Colts.com/UHC to enter helmets now.
13,000 feet has a way of testing a man's soul. After all, you were never meant to take on such an endeavor. That long drop is what separates human from superhuman. And here we are, right here, right now.
You're good at motivation, we're good at your insurance. Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
Your hauling or moving project has arrived, and College Hunks Hauling, Junk, and Moving has you covered. Honest. Uniformed. Nice. Knowledgeable. Service. College Hunks Hauling, Junk, and Moving.
Bertner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Welcome back, everybody, at Greenwood Christian Academy. Steve McClure along with Greg Qualley as we present to you IHSAA Class 1A basketball. And it was a fast-moving first half of play with Greenwood Christian Academy, assuming a lead at the beginning and continuing to shoot well from outside the perimeter. And, Greg, that's where we sit now with a 27-15 lead.
Yeah, and that's been the biggest selling point of this game, and the biggest thing to talk about is the three-point shooting. Not only quantity that they shot, but both teams really wanted to take a lot of threes. But boy, GCA, Steve, they have just hit so many. Blake Shoemaker with 2 3-point shots. Caden Thompson has a 3. Evan Stinnett has 2 threes. Styles McCorkle has 2 threes. And then for Oldenburg, you got Andrew Osterling with 2 threes and Nick Follop with a 3. So there's a lot of three-point shots getting taken here, but Oldenburg playing that 2-3 zone is really allowing GCA to take those.
Johnny Marlin has been able to teach and coach this team to a level that I think not many 1A schools are able to achieve. And that's just because of his great basketball background. He has a camp that he runs outside of GCA on a regular basis. So he has the knowledge and he comes from a great background, so they're glad to have him.
Well, and you know what? That's what you need. You need a coach who understands the game and who can take that knowledge that he has and instill it in his players. And you've seen it. You've seen their fundamentals. And, Evan Stinnett's been one guy that I've really watched in this game. His distribution ability and defense, it just shows his fundamentals, and this entire team's fundamentals are so on point.
And he's a small guy, too. He's right there in front of us, number 31, who around 5'9", 5'10", maybe, stretching himself. But we're ready to get this second half started. Again, the Cougars with a 12-point lead, 27-15. We thank you again for joining us on Indiana SRN, this big Super Saturday on the network. 2 big games tonight, handling on the semifinals for the City Alliance. That will be at Tech High School. The first game at 6 o'clock right here on the network. We'll have Cathedral going up against Tindley. And on the second game at 7:30, Christmas Addicts up against Covenant Christian. That'll be a good one.
Looks like Zane Shoemaker powers to the hoop, gets fouled, and he's going to start off the second half here with some free throws.
So this will be only the second time in this game that the Cougars have approached the free throw line, and it goes down on the first attempt. So that was the first team foul in the second half against Oldenburg Academy. Twisters coming into today's game with a record of 3-7. GCA at 6-5. Second free throw also nothing but net. And Blake Shoemaker now leading this team with 10 points.
Well, there's a fun fact. The Oldenburg hasn't even shot a free throw.
Yeah.
So
there you go. So they did have GCA did have 5 team fouls in that opening half, but did not get in any trouble. Here is Oldenburg Academy. Osterling comes it right back outside for a 3 attempt by Abe Streeter, no good. Rebounded, and another attempt by Freeland, and here come the Cougars. Up court, great pass by Stinnett, and give it to Isaiah Davis. That is a super assist from Evan Stinnett.
I mean, that was ridiculous. He didn't even look when he passed the ball, and he threaded it. Wow, that was incredible.
With authority, too.
Yeah, a lot of momentum and beautiful accuracy. So that's what I was saying, is his distribution's insane.
Biggest lead of the game, and now a 3 dropped there by Nick Follop, his second, with 8 points to lead the Twisters.
Well, with how GCA shoots the ball from 3, it's going to be imperative for Oldenburg to shoot back.
My goodness, and there you go once again. Styles McCorkle now with 9 points, all on 3-pointers.
However you got to get it done, it doesn't matter.
Oh, almost knocked away there by Stennett, but the Twisters recover, and they'll bring it forward.
Well, we've seen this whole game, Steve. GCA's defense isn't necessarily forcing turnovers, but it's smothering them.
Osterling on the miss, and he gets his own rebound off of the outstretched hands of Isaiah Davis. Now another 3 attempt by Freeland. Here come the Cougars the other way. Stennett leads the charge. Coming to the outside. Isaiah Davis inside, and they're going to get a foul against Oldenburg Academy as he kind of sideways his way into the hoop.
Well, and you know, we've done broadcasts together where I've said this. The larger you are and the bigger you are, you're going to just attract more contact by default when the closer you get to the hoop. So they're starting to slow this game down on their end.
Streeter picks up his second personal foul. And the missed free throw by Isaiah Davis. One more coming here.
Davis looking for his first free throw make of the day. He's 0 for 2 thus far.
The 6'8" senior on its way, does not roll in, and the rebound by Will Freeland.
Well, luckily they've got enough of a buffer that those missed free throws aren't really hurting too bad.
And a crash and a foul going to be called against GCA. 31 on the foul. That's Evan Stennett. He'll be his first, team foul number 1 here in the second half. 34-18, the biggest advantage of the game for the Cougars.
Nice take.
Really nice lane down the avenue there for Will Freeland. Here comes another 3 on the outside there by Blake Shoemaker. Hits the side of the backboard, and the Twisters will get it out.
That was one of those, as soon as you shoot it, you know it's probably not going to go in, and you could see it from Shoemaker's face that he wishes he could have had that one back.
And you know, the possession time for each of GCA's possessions has really been limited to maybe 5 or 6 seconds at the most.
Or 2 or 3 passes. I mean, They are making things happen quick, and Oldenburg's not putting enough pressure on them. They're kind of giving them a little too much space to take those shots.
Yeah, you would think that perhaps they'd try some set plays, but look, all the way down. Here's Davis once again, gets the feed from Stennett, and he goes hard to the hole, to the floor.
One of the things about passing that can make it very difficult is if you can disguise your tendencies and who you're going to pass to. And Stennett has just made it difficult to even telegraph where he's going with the ball.
Here's Isaiah Davis finally gets a free throw. 1 out of 4. That foul, by the way, went against Will Freeland, his second, team foul number 2. Now number 3. As I look at the scoreboard up there. Rebound off of the missed shot. McCorkle has it down in the left lane. Now they come back outside. Zane Shoemaker, shot in the air, no good. Here's Davis once again, up and good.
Give him a charge.
Yep, they're going to give him the offensive charge. Second personal foul against Davis.
You know, Davis's sheer size has made it a problem for Oldenburg because they have to give him attention. Every single possession, they have to make sure that he doesn't have position inside.
Here's Osterling running the show for the Twisters as they come up the floor. Followed 3 on the way, no good. And knocked out of bounds, saved there momentarily by Styles McCorkle, but it goes out of bounds.
It was a good effort. I always like that play, when you take it and you just throw it off the shoe of the opponent.
Isaiah Davis going to the sidelines, and coming in is number 25. That's Cage McCorkle. So they give up a little bit of size there as Davis gets a rest. And a 35-20 lead with 4.5 minutes remaining here in the third quarter.
Their defense has just limited any opportunities for scoring.
Throws Mormon, gives it off to Osterling. Jump shot at the free throw line, no. Rebounds himself, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch there by Will Freeland, and out of bounds.
Well, for Oldenburg, it's been Nick Follop and Andrew Osterling that have really shouldered the offense. And that time Osterling just didn't really have a very good look at the hoop.
Yeah, they're not getting anything on the inside from Streeter.
And Freeland, who averages 10 points a game, has really not been there. So they've got to get a couple of their scorers going here to have a chance to get back in this game.
McCorkle will start the engine now for the offense. Down in the left corner.
Oh, out of bounds.
Side bounced off of his foot. That is Stinnett. Wearing those green highlighted tennis shoes. There is a timeout on the floor, and we will keep things right here. Once again, we want to ask you, would you like to help us put more games on the World Wide Web? Well, we're looking for additional sponsors, especially as we approach the upcoming IHSAA State Tournament. Contact us at coach@indianasrn.org and be a part of Indiana SRN. We're going to be watching Sunday early evening at 7 o'clock. The IHSAA Champions Network, Drake, will be unfolding the sectional draw for the girls' side.
Oh, it's always so exciting to see what the sectional draw is going to bring, and it's been kind of a crazy year, so I think everybody's ready for some playoff basketball. It's going to be awesome.
See some of these teams that will gather themselves together on a Sunday evening to watch the news as it comes down the line, and Greenwood Christian Academy, of course, one of the teams that we have followed the entire season, will be waiting for that news, and of course they are back-to-back sectional champions, a regional champion of last year, getting all the way to the semi-state down in Jasper. That's where they want to go again.
Yeah, and it was, and we watched them get there, and we watched them in the regionals. They almost lost twice, and were able to climb back. So it wasn't an easy trip, but the fact that they got there has got to give them confidence here.
After the full timeout, back 15-point advantage for GCA with 3:48 left here in the third quarter. Osterley being nagged there by Stiles McCorkle. Finally gets rid of it. Down in the corner, shot in the air up and no good, but a foul going to be called against Greenwood Christian. Pros Mormon knifing his way inside the paint.
First time they've shot free throws in the entire game.
Amazing. So here's Mormon at the line with 2 shots. First one is good. His third point of the game.
This is something they should get to more, slow the game down and try to get some points.
Mormon, a 71% free throw shooter on the season. Again, the Twisters coming in at 3-7. They were in action last evening here in Indianapolis, losing out to Indianapolis Lutheran by a tight score, 47-43. Second free throw, also good by Mormon. And now the Cougars with possession.
Well, that's key. That's the first time they've gotten to the line. If they could make that happen a little bit more and get some stops, they could get back in this.
See if the pace continues to be fast for GCA. See Johnny Marlin on his feet. Far left side of your screen.
Looks like GCA's really trying to kind of kill a little clock here, slow down a little bit.
Cross-court pass for Shoemaker, now to Stiles McCorkle. Down in the corner, gives it off to his brother Cage. Now Stinnett handles. 3 on the way from Stiles, misses everything. Zane Shoemaker on the rebound, has it blocked at the rim by Dylan Stewart, who just came into the game for Oldenburg Academy. Big guy, 6'6". Twisters with the basketball.
Nice.
Down the lane, shot up in the air, good by Osterley. He's an athlete.
Yeah, he basically just sliced right through that zone like it was nothing and did a couple steps and found himself right in front of the hoop.
One of the seniors on this Oldenburg Academy team showing his mustard. Now a 11-point advantage.
He slapped his arm.
Foul down the lane. Looks like we're going to have Isaiah Davis coming back into the game for the Cougars. And Ian Reed coming in as well. Ian, the big.
I kind of would like to see GCA go back to that dagger style where they were taking threes. Here we go.
No good on the chance there. Ian Reed, a sophomore on this team, the younger brother of Izzy Reed. 35-24 in favor of the host Cougars with 2 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Man, it's been a vast game.
Yes, it has. It's gone basically back and forth with, there you go, more threes.
Nick Follop with his third triple of the game, now with 11 points to lead the Twisters. Inside, Isaiah Davis up and good. Will they count the basket?
They sure did.
That'll be the 15th foul against Oldenburg. Forrest Mormon. That foul will go against Nick Follop. His second. Here's Davis with a three-point opportunity. No good. Rebounded by Styles McCorkle. Shot in the air, no good. Rebounded by Oldenburg. Osterling will handle.
You know, Davis quietly is tied with Styles McCorkle for the team lead in points for this game. Doesn't seem like it, but he has been a disruptor. He's just missed from the free throw line a little too often.
Osterling being nagged there by, whoa, wow, nice shot on the air right there by Will Freeland off the left hand, up and good. 37-29, they've gotten it back down to a single digit in 8 points.
Yeah, Oldenburg Academy's done a phenomenal job in this quarter of just kind of slowly clawing back, and they're not even doing it with threes. They're doing it by getting inside and cutting through the lanes.
GCA has been limited to just 10 points here in the third quarter of play.
And they went from that fast-paced style to kind of slowing down a little bit, so maybe they'll get back to shooting more frequently.
Stennett, now Camden Thompson has come into the game for GCA. Stennett right back to McCorkle, left side outside the perimeter. Davis will come out top. Now he'll go down into the lane once again on the block. Stennett, three on the way, up and no good. Rebound underneath. Pulled down by Camden Thompson.
They've got to have at least.
Here's Thompson with a three. Got it! Buries it. And his first triple of the game. As we go under 1 minute to play here in the third. 40-29, Greenwood Christian Academy looking for their 7th victory of the season.
I think the relentless offensive rebounding is starting to catch up here.
Osterling off the glass. The bank is open.
He's got 10 points now. Nick Follop with 11, so we got two guys for Oldenburg that are now over the 10-point threshold.
At the 17-second mark, we will look for Greenwood Christian and the final shot here. Styles McCorkle down in the left corner. They'll bring it back up on top with 7 seconds. McCorkle's shot from 18, no good. Rebounded there by Dylan Stewart. Will they have enough time? They do not. And we have reached the end of the third quarter with a score. Greenwood Christian Academy 40, Oldenburg Academy 31. And you're watching Cougar Basketball, powered by Indiana SRN.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the Indiana SRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Super Saturday here on Indiana SRN as we get ready to start the fourth quarter of play with Greenwood Christian Academy leading Oldenburg Academy 40-31. Drake, we've got two big games coming up tonight. What's going on with that, City Alliance?
Well, I mean, the City Alliance tournament's always an amazing feature of IHSAA Basketball. Crispus Attucks at 7:30 faces off against Covenant Christian, and 6 p.m. we got Cathedral going up against Tinley, and those are four, generally pretty daggone good schools in basketball. So we're gonna be really watching those matchups and see who is able to take the City Alliance tournament this year.
So keep it right here on Indiana SRN. It's a full day of basketball on the network, just the way we like it.
Just getting started off with this matchup right here.
Greenwood Christian has led from the get-go, and Oldenburg Academy trying to stay close. The biggest lead of the game was at 15, but they've gotten it down to 9. They outscored GCA in that third, 16-13.
Yes, they did. And previous quarter, they had 5 points in the second, so they've definitely improved.
Andrew Oosterling missing on that shot and underneath the basket. It is going to be a foul, I believe, against GCA. It's going to be a push-off
on Styles
McCorkle as he kind of looked and said, "What did I do?" So the Twisters will get it right back here. Underneath their own basket as Nick Follop handles the toss in. Freeland now comes to left side. Gives it off to Nick Hoff.
This is where if you're Oldenburg, you're in that very weird mode where you don't want to do anything too crazy, but you don't have a lot of time, so you have to make things happen quickly.
Exactly. Stennett up on top of on the defense there. Shot in the air, no good there by Pours Mormon. Almost made it go, but here come the Cougars. Stennett, top of the key. Coming right back. Blake Shoemaker now to Isaiah Davis. And a foul on the inside. Let's see what this is all about as the official will come to side. Could be a double foul here, perhaps. Number 5. And a push. Double foul it's going to be.
Wow.
Styles McCorkle picks up his 4th personal foul. Still 6:52 remaining in the game. He will have to go to the bench here, Drake. And perhaps sit until maybe the 3-minute mark.
Well, they're going to have to get – I think Isaiah Davis is going to take over as the focal point of this offense from here on out until Styles McCorkle does get back in.
Both teams now with 16 fouls. A steal at the other end. Shot on the way, up and good. Count the basket for Pours Mormon. And all of a sudden, the Twisters are within 7.
Well, and Evan Stennett just really didn't have any business with any contact here. And if you watch this, nice steal of the inbound pass. Watch Stennett, though. He just puts his hand on him.
Yeah,
he just touches him. No reason to do that. Let him get the 2 points and move on.
He had 2 steps on him, so on the breakaway. Free throw is up and good. So Mormon now brings the lead down to a minimal 6 points.
Well, and you got Nick Follop with 11, Mormon with 7, and Osterling has 10. They've got a lot of contributors to this offense.
And McCorkle on the bench. 3 on the way, rolls in. That's Camden Thompson. Boy, that's a big shot coming out of good, big time.
You just basically took that and one and threw it to the side. It doesn't even count.
Back to that 9-point advantage for the Cougars at 43-34. Exactly 6 minutes remaining.
This is where if you're GCA, you just want to try to get a turnover, try to force a miss.
Shot in the air, no good there. Attempted by Will Freeland. On the rebound, here come the Cougars. Isaiah Davis, Evan Stennett.
Davis is open.
And here he is underneath on that inlet pass. And let's see, he will get to the free throw line here. 21 on the foul. Will Freeland, again, team foul number 7. And once again, free throws coming for Isaiah Davis. Not exactly successful there today.
1 for 6.
There we go. That's much better.
He is the first GCA player in double digits in this game and officially leads the team in points with 10.
Isaiah Davis hitting only 52% at the free throw line, but he gets both of those, and they are key at this time. 45-34, back to an 11-point advantage.
Yeah, if he was going to hit those at any time, this is the time to do it.
Oldenburg had trimmed it back to 6 points just moments ago here in the early part of the 4th quarter. Freeland has the ball stripped. Evan Stennett, 3-on-1 break. And he gives it up on the steal. Pass down court. And once again, it is Oldenburg Academy doing everything that they can. Off the missed shot there by Freeland, and he is going to be called with a foul.
You know, I love Evan Stennett's mentality. He should have just laid the ball up, but he loves getting his teammates involved so much. He felt the need to try to pass it. Yeah, it led to a turnover, but hey, they're at the line. They got a break.
1-1 now for Blake Shoemaker. Shoemaker with 9-10 points thus far in today's game. First one is up, man miss. It's the 8th team foul against Oldenburg Academy. Coming to the 5-minute mark in an 11-point advantage for Greenwood Christian Academy. Will Freeland can handle the basketball. Shot on the air, off the glass and in. That is Nick Hoff, who had come into the game early off of that injury timeout. Looks like Styles McCorkle ready to come back in sooner than I thought. 3 attempt, no good. Pulled down there by Freeland. You see McCorkle standing there on the sideline at the scorer's table, ready to come in.
Yeah, they need to get him in they'll be happy to have him in because 9 points now they're behind.
Yeah, they need his offense, don't they? This is going to be a full timeout, and we will step aside. You're watching Cougar Basketball, powered by Indiana SRN.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the Indiana SRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Never miss a game on Indiana SRN. Go to our YouTube page at Indiana SRN. Click on the subscribe button and you'll be right there. 4:30 remaining in our basketball game here at Greenwood Christian Academy. We thank you again for joining us on SRN for this Saturday afternoon matinee. Here's Osterling outside for a nice shot, and the lead back to 7.
Boy, Osterling leads the whole game in points, and he is really giving Oldenburg the lift they need to get within 7.
Twister's not about to wave the white flag. 4 minutes exactly. And Styles McCorkle back on the playing floor. Down there in the left corner. Here comes a pass into him. Got it. And what a pass that was from Camden Thompson.
Yeah, that was something you see in college or the NBA. That was a nice alley-oop, and Styles McCorkle was under it. Great play.
Yeah, he read his eyes perfectly as the pass came. And once again, here's Osterling off the glass and in.
Osterling's okay with taking over this game.
6, 8, 10, 12, 14 points unofficially for Andrew Osterling. Again, both of these teams were in action last evening. GCA up against Providence Cristo Rey, no problem there, 78-32. And then across town, Oldenburg Academy took on Indy Lutheran, dropped that game by 4. So back here before a 24-hour period expired. Got to have a good breakfast to come back and play again.
That's right.
I said eat your Wheaties and drink your orange juice because you got to be at the gymnasium early.
That's right. With multiple games in 2 days, you play 2 games. And right now, GCA is just trying to hold on here with a 7-point lead.
In pass there intended for Isaiah Davis is knocked away off the extended hands. Still a 7-point lead. Osterling on the right side gives it off to Freeland. It's really been Freeland and Osterling.
Yes.
As far as the offense concerned for the Twisters.
Nick Follop has done a good job contributing here, but we've seen Freeland kind of come alive in the second half.
Exactly.
They got to move a little quicker here. Oldenburg is taking a little too long.
Down the lane, contact made. I think this may go against Styles McCorkle, and if it does, he will be DQ'd for the game. That's it. Number 5. So Styles will go out early with 2:18 remaining. He picked up his 4th with over 5 minutes remaining. So Styles will finish with well off of his average with just 11 points today. Free throws coming now. First one on the left hand is Will Freeland, up and good.
Well, and this is where, if you're Oldenburg, you've got to put pressure on GCA because their top scorer's out of the game now. And, I mean, the momentum, even though they're down by 6, it is with the Twisters.
Defensive substitution here for Oldenburg Academy as he drains the second free throw. Back into the game is Abe Streeter, and coming off is Nick Hoff. 2:14 remaining and just a 5-point lead for Greenwood Christian Academy. That's the closest they've come. After being down by as many as 15, Isaiah Davis loses control of the basketball as the defense being applied there by Follop, but the Cougars will keep it. Stennett will inbound underneath his own basket.
It's a good inbound pass.
Like Shoemaker gives it off to Davis. No shot taken there. They'll bring it back outside. Here comes a 3 attempt by Camden Davis. Nothing. Davis on the rebound. Count the basket and put him on the line.
Boy, Isaiah Davis has picked up. He's done. He probably wishes he could do a little better from the free throw line in this game, but he has been the life that they need in this game, especially without McCorkle now. They're going to be leaning on Isaiah Davis.
That's Streeter's third foul, who just came back into the game, and now let's see if Davis can make good on a 3 attempt, and he does. So Davis adds 3 points to the scoreboard, and they're back to an 8-point advantage, 50-42 as we go under 2 minutes to play. 30 outside, no good, falls short by Follop, rebounded by the Twisters.
Wow, that was good ball handling there from Pros Mormon to get out of that traffic jam, if you will.
And he's being chased there by Stinnett. A hand in on the defense by Zane Shoemaker, all the way down, missing by Camden Thompson. It goes out of bounds, awarded to the Twisters.
Boy, Camden Thompson was in. Yeah, he had it all, and he was so frustrated. But hey, they're up 8. Just got to play some strong defense and watch Osterling. He is a sniper.
80 seconds remaining in our game at Greenwood Christian Academy. A 3 on the outside, and it goes down. Nick Follop has a real chance now for this Twisters team as they get within 5 points. 50-45 with 1:14 remaining in our game, and we will keep things right here. Comfort food, fresh every day, delivered to your door and table. Try our powwow shrimp. That's great steaks as well. Great staff ready to serve you, all at Aspen Creek Grill in Noblesville. Give them a call at 317-559-3300. Once again, big night here on Indiana SRN as we shift gears and move over to the City Alliance at that last 3 attempt there and went down. City Alliance semifinals tonight on our Super Saturday on the network. Once again at 6 o'clock, it's the Cathedral Irish at 11-1 on the season, taking on the number 5 Tinley Tigers of 1A at 9-4. And then tonight at 7:30, Class 4A number 2 Crispus Attucks, 13-2 on the year, taking on a really courageous looking bunch in Covenant Christian at 12-1. Well, let's see what kind of offense that Johnny Marlin wants to run here with just a little over a minute left and a 5-point advantage. Thompson, and a crash, and a foul going to be called against the Twisters. This will go against Andrew Osterling. So the 1-1 is in effect for the Cougars. And Camden Thompson will get to the line for the first time tonight. Or I say this afternoon. Sun's out, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It sure is. It's been all Isaiah Davis from the free throw line. I mean, we've got 2 attempts from Zane Shoemaker, but as far as free throws for GCA, it has exclusively been the Isaiah Davis show.
And you normally see Styles McCorkle make at least 10 trips to the stripe, but not a single one today. Here's Camden Thompson. Rolls no good off the first attempt. Lead remains at 4 or 5 points, 50-45. Once again, back into the game for defense, Will Freeland. Second free throw by Thompson, also no good. Rebounded by the Twisters. Follop on the rebound. And let's see what the Twisters do. Down by 5 as we go under 1 minute to play.
They got to strike quick.
Yes, they do.
That clock is rolling down to 0 at this point.
Follop down in this corner to 41. That's Dylan Stewart, who came into the game with his first basket, and it's a 3-point lead only. 1 possession. Streeter. Stinnett gives it up, and it's going to be stolen, and a foul going to be called here against Stinnett, trying to get the basketball back.
I think he's starting to get up there in fouls, too. I think it's either his 3rd or 4th. And boy, oh boy, Oldenburg has come alive here and basically rose from the dead. I mean, they
were trailing 27-15 at the half, and then outscored GCA 16-13 here in the third. But now, in this fourth quarter, it has been all Twisters. Free throw coming for Nick Follop in the air. No good on the 1-on-1, and that's a big miss. And the rebound there by Zane Shoemaker.
They're going to have to foul.
Stinnett gives it off to Zane. 23 seconds and counting.
They need a foul.
Double teamed, and a foul going to be called against Oldenburg Academy. This will go against number 5, Nick Follop. And let's see, they're in the double bonus now, Drake.
Mm-hmm.
And Stennett, pretty good free throw shooter. Let's check him out. 82%, I'd say that's pretty good.
Wow, that's up in the pretty consistent range.
Stennett with 6 points on the afternoon. First one in the air, it rolls in. And that'll take it to a 2-possession game now, Drake, at 51-47.
Well, and with 20 seconds remaining, that's not a lot of time.
Second free throw in the air, also good for Stennett. And the lead now at 5, 52-47. Got to have to get a shot off here quickly. No good. Rebounded by Shoemaker.
Well, throw it down
Stennett
court.
up court. Going to have to foul again. And the 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and that, ladies and gentlemen, will take care of business. Our final score today, Greenwood Christian Academy 52 and Oldenburg Academy 47. Well, it went right down to the last drop because the Twisters came within 1 possession and only a 3-point advantage, but fortunately for Greenwood Christian Academy today, free throw shooting at the very end always key, and it was the 2 free throws handled there by Evan Stennett that put the Cougars in a winning possession.
Well, and it came down to them just needing to get out of this game, survive, don't let the comeback happen, and they stayed true even without their top scorer. They were able to get it done and showed that even with some adversity, they can make it happen.
A couple guys in double figures today for the visiting Oldenburg Academy, whose loss today will drop them to 3-8 on the season, but Andrew Osterling along with Nick Follop in double figures. As far as GCA was concerned, 8, 6, 8, 10 points on the day for Blake Shoemaker, and Isaiah Davis also jumping into double figures, and Sal's McCorkle, who fouled out with a little over 2 minutes remaining, finishes with 11 points. Drake, we see on the schedule that Greenwood Christian Academy will be right back in action very shortly, and they will be taking on Central Christian, which is out of their Southern Division of the Pioneer Conference. That will be next Friday. And as far as Oldenburg Academy is concerned, they will be taking on a very, very good Jacksonville team. Again, that will be next Friday evening. Your final comments, sir?
Well, I really got to say that GCA, they played pretty well, and, so did Oldenburg, turned into a great game, and Oldenburg showed they could mount a comeback, and GCA showed they can stop one from happening. So both of these teams, as we approach sectionals, they showed that they can both really play.
Don't forget to log on to the IHSAA Champions Network on Sunday evening at 7 o'clock for the girls sectional draw. And don't forget, tonight here on Indiana SRN, a doubleheader, 6 p.m. Cathedral takes on Tindley in the City Alliance semifinal. The other semifinal will have Crispus Attucks up against Covenant Christian. That game will tip at or about 7:45, all here on the network. Once again, our final score here today, it's Greenwood Christian Academy 52 and Oldenburg Academy 47. And until next time, on behalf of my broadcast partner Drake Wally and the entire SRN Sports team, Steve McClure reminding you, he lives for you and for me. Good day, everybody.